Hi, my name is Liz and I'm a hydrologist at Newcastle University. My research uses weather data to try to understand climate change. In particular, I use rainfall data to understand how we can protect ourselves from floods and droughts. I've always wanted to be a scientist. I love maths and numbers and problem solving, and I really want to do something useful. Over 150 years ago, the Met Office published the world's first weather forecast. The aim of the forecast was to predict storms to protect sailors out at sea. The forecast was based on data collected by weather watchers all across the country using home weather stations, a bit like the one that Hayley showed you in yesterday's video. Measurements were taken at 9 o'clock every morning and telegraphed back to the Met Office in London, where they were used to create the day's forecast. Today, we have automated ways of collecting weather data, and it's used for more than just forecasts. Knowing how much rainfall hits the ground is really important for my research. Even though we've been measuring rainfall for hundreds of years, it's actually still quite difficult to do accurately. Our best way of measuring rainfall is using a rain gauge. Rain falls into this funnel here and it trickles down into one of these buckets. When this bucket is full of water, it tips and a magnet inside completes an electrical circuit and records the measurement. Because we know the volume of this bucket, we can calculate the total amount of rainfall based on the number of times that the bucket is tipped. There are thousands of rain gauges around the world, and I use this data in my research. We have to be really careful with where we put our rain gauge. If we put it too close to a wall or a tree or underneath something, then the rainfall won't be able to get in. Also, if we put it somewhere too windy, then the rain will just be blown straight over the top. We also need to check our rain gauge regularly to make sure that it's not fallen over or that it's full of rubbish that could stop rain from getting in. A lot of my research has been about coming up with computer code that can automatically spot problems in rainfall data like this. As you can see, rain gauges are really small. In fact, if you got all of the rain gauges in the world together, they wouldn't even cover a whole football pitch. This is why it's so useful for us to have home weather stations and weather scientists like yourselves. Your gauges can fill in the gaps in our network and provide us with really useful data that we otherwise might have missed. Now's a great time to become a weather scientist. You can buy or make your own weather station and upload your data to the Met Office Weather Observations website, where it will be used in research at Newcastle University. Or if you just want to look at data that researchers at Newcastle are collecting, you can visit the Urban Observatory website to look at real-time weather data around Newcastle. I look forward to seeing your weather data soon.